My name's Joe Estrom. I'm 25 years old. I live in Illinois, and I'm a prospective student for Japanese language schools in Japan.
Okay, cool. So the first question.
Yeah,
So as a prospective student to a language school in Japan, what concerns you most as a consequence of this COVID-19 outbreak?
yeah. I'm most concerned about my program being canceled completely and me not being able to study and follow my passions of studying the language and living in Japan and completely immersing myself in Japanese culture and Japanese life to benefit my studies as best as possible.
Okay,
And I'm also concerned that if the classes do continue, but they're online, it feels kind of redundant because if I wanted to take Japanese classes online, I would stay in America. The entire point of me wanting to go to Tokyo to study is so I can get that day-to-day experience, that complete life change where I'm being forced to use Japanese and overcome situations.
great. Would you still enroll though in school if online?
I would, in hopes that it would be temporary, that maybe by the time the second semester is starting, I am allowed to come onto the school property to go into the classroom to study. But if I knew that the entire program would be online, all the year and a half of it, I would definitely be discouraged from coming if I just knew I was going to be sitting in an apartment all the time, looking at my laptop, not being able to go out and interact with people.
Great. So how likely do you think it
Oh yeah.
is, yeah, to go
So
to Japan on time as
mhm,
scheduled?
mhm. Well, based on current travel restrictions, I'm unaffected. And looking at the May start for my school, it started on time. The classes were online, but students were able to come to Japan to live and study as long as they weren't on that restricted um, list. And the way things are progressing in America and Japan, I would say that like it's both safe to assume that it will still be an option for travel because things in my area, they scientists said that it peaked around Easter weekend and should slowly be going down now. And compared to Japan, like your guys' cases are very, very low compared to like the Chicago numbers. So I think there's good chance I will be going to Japan.
How are you planning on, finding an apartment or, well, first of all, like buying a flight ticket, because, well, July is coming,
Hmm.
so I'm wondering how you like to make a plan.
Yeah. So my current plan is I have a credit card that helps me stack points towards travel specifically. And it's nice because if I book a flight through them, um, there's no fees if I need to change or cancel. So it gives me that flexibility if something were to go bad. But also, like I've been using that credit card since I've moved back to the United States. So I've actually accumulated enough points um, to actually pay for my full flight ticket without needing to actually spend any money. So I'm going to be using that service for my ticket to get there. For housing, I'm working with the service that had connected me with my school and helped me apply and get accepted to my school and all like my student stuff. Um, this upcoming month, we are going to be discussing housing options from apartments to share housing to even doing homestays. Uh, so that information, like the final information, is yet to come, but that's the plan. And I've looked at a lot of their offerings in the area, and they do offer a lot, and they're partnered with a lot of uh, share houses and like foreign friendly apartments. So
Did they mention how they were going to work on this COVID situation with their, tenants?
yeah, well, essentially they are just monitoring it, and they are sending emails with updates on what like the Japanese government is deciding to do for the situation. Um, so it's very like minimal in a lot of the information, but what is being told is like, don't worry, as of right now, classes are still happening, and it's like most likely everything will still be going according to plan.
Okay.